How I use QuickBooks to prepare for tax season. Are you tired of the last-minute scramble every tax season? Seriously, dealing with a shoebox full of receipts and trying to remember which expense belongs to which category. It's not just stressful. It can cost you valuable time and money. What if I told you there's a way to make tax preparation not only painless but actually efficient, and that I've found the key is simply using QuickBooks all year long? I used to dread April 15th. Now, I'm ready months in advance. And today, I'm going to walk you through the 3 simple ways I leverage QuickBooks, specifically QuickBooks Online, to ensure my business is tax-ready at all times, making my accountant happy and keeping more money in my pocket. This isn't just about data entry. It's about strategic setup and consistent maintenance. 1. Master your chart of accounts. The first and most critical step happens on day 1. Setting up your chart of accounts, COA, correctly. Think of your COA as the filing cabinet for every single financial transaction in your business. For tax purposes, the key is to ensure your COA aligns perfectly with the IRS schedules and common deductions for your industry. For example, instead of just a generic office supplies, I break it down into more specific categories like computer and software subscriptions and general office supplies. Why does this matter? When I run a profit and loss report at year-end, the categories map directly to the lines my tax preparer needs to fill out. I customize my COA to include specific tax-deductible items like continuing education or bank service charges. By taking 30 minutes at the beginning of the year to review and refine these accounts, I save hours of sorting and recategorizing later. This proactive setup is the foundation of a stress-free tax season. 2. Consistent transaction categorization and reconciliation. The second pillar is consistency, and this is where QuickBooks automation truly shines. I never let transactions pile up. My goal is a weekly check-in. I use the Banking tab in QuickBooks Online, where my business bank accounts and credit cards are linked. This feature automatically imports my transactions. The magic is in the rules I set up. For recurring monthly expenses like my Adobe subscription or web hosting, I create a rule that tells QuickBooks exactly which expense account to categorize it into and whether it's a tax-related expense. This dramatically reduces manual work. Next comes reconciliation. Every month, I make sure the ending balance in my bank statement matches the balance in QuickBooks. This process, called reconciliation, is non-negotiable. It forces me to catch any missing transactions, bank errors, or duplicate entries right away. If I'm reconciled up to December 31st, I know with certainty that my revenue and expenses are 100% accurate for the entire year, which gives me and my accountant immense confidence heading into tax filing. 3. Running essential year-end reports. Finally, once the year is over and all my monthly reconciliations are complete, the preparation boils down to 3 simple clicks to generate my tax toolkit. The first report I run is the Profit and Loss, P&L. This shows all my income and expenses for the year. It's the primary document my accountant needs. Because I set up my COA well, this report is immediately organized and clean. The second is the balance sheet. This gives a snapshot of my assets and liabilities. It's crucial for tracking things like owner's equity, business loans, and fixed assets that may be eligible for depreciation. The third, and often overlooked, report is the general ledger. This highly detailed report lists every single transaction chronologically by account. I generate this as a backup. It serves as an audit trail, meaning if the IRS ever questions a deduction, I can trace it directly back to the source transaction in this ledger. I export all 3 reports as a PDF, send them to my tax professional, and my part of tax prep is essentially done. It really is that straightforward. By making QuickBooks a consistent, weekly part of your business routine, you transform tax prep from a month-long panic attack into a simple, 3-step year-end process. The payoff isn't just less stress. It's the certainty that you've accurately tracked every potential deduction, minimizing your tax liability. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.